Yep, even happens to me. Sometimes we just don't follow our own advice and we cut ourselves. It's the most common injury I see in the woods. In my case today, I was going just a little bit quick. I grabbed my knife too low on the sheath, and when I pulled the knife out, hit my thumb. But what I want to talk about in this video is first aid and how we can treat this appropriately in the field if we don't have anything. Because I get asked all the time, why don't you have a first aid kit? Carry a first aid kit. Why don't you have a first aid kit? And I really do not carry a first aid kit, but I know some techniques that I can utilize all of the gear I have within my bag for first aid. And that's really enough for me. If it's anything outside of that scope of cuts or bruises or sprains, I'm probably in a lot more trouble, and I don't want to carry any type of trauma equipment like that other than a tourniquet. Tourniquets, good to carry. So in our situation, any kind of cut you're ever going to get, the first thing that you want to do is that you do want to take a quick look at that before you totally stop the bleeding, make sure you trap no dirt inside. If it's full of dirt and mud and everything else, you want to try to irrigate that the best you can with a water bottle or something else other than just dipping it in some water. You want to get some pressure on there to really flush that cut out and clean all that dirt outside. Then apply your pressure. So if you have any type of rag or bandana that you can apply pressure to it, very important. You want to make sure you keep pressure on that for a good amount of time. We don't want to keep doing this because it's never going to allow the blood to coagulate and seal up that cut. Now, after applying my pressure for some time, there's a good chance that it's going to just be stopped, but there's also a very good chance that it's going to open back up because of the type of cut it is and where it is actually at. And that's where we can use the items in our kit to bandage ourselves up super quickly. So I'm going to cut a small piece of that signal rag I have apart, and I'm going to just fold that into 4 sections. I always make sure that the rags I carry are somewhat clean. I try to wash them if I'm out in the field for a long time, or if I use them, I try to go home and wash them and keep them nice and clean. We're going to take that clean piece of rag now and place it over the cut, again, applying pressure the whole time. Now at this point we can jump to our ferrocerium rod, which if we have it set up properly, we have tape on there. Remember, repair item, fire starting device, also first aid piece of gear. Take that tape and simply tape that bandage into place over my thumb. Makeshift band-aid. Easy, breezy, I'm good to go. That thing is already coagulated up, plus it's not going to open up because I have pressure on it, and I'm solid. So, easy first aid in the field with the items you carry. You need to think multi-purpose. Don't just think, oh, I have a signal flag and I have this tape to start a fire and I don't have any first aid gear. You do, you just need to think how to use your gear in this situation. So this was Dan Wall, Coalcracker Bushcraft. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a quick tip again, knife safety, super important. If this was in a real situation, I would take a lot more time and care with this, just for the simple fact that this thing festering and getting infected can be game over if I was out here long term. But in my case, I'll be back home later today. It really wasn't that bad of a cut. Yeah, I left it bleed a little bit more, so you know, it looks all gory on the camera, but basic cut happens all the time with people in the field. Just use safety. I better go back and watch my kids' video on knife safety so I'm safe. Until the next video, stay in the woods and don't cut yourself.